Trials went well. It's in our situation. It's not a real tryout where we get 60 kids come out. We get our returners, we get our incoming freshmen that are recruited, and we get a handful of walk-ons that come on and see if they can crack the lineup. But for us, it's an opportunity to just get them on the ice, get them into basically a scrimmage situation, and get them start thinking about hockey again. We know it was still third week in August, and it's not quite hockey season in most people's eyes, but in our mind, it's we got to start thinking about getting back at it. Well, I think I believe we had a very good recruiting year. Our new guys coming in will I think be very effective. It's very difficult to say how effective they're going to be right from the beginning. We lost some pretty key players, and players like Adam Thomas, Jeremy Barber, guys like that played significant roles on our team, and you don't necessarily replace that immediately with an incoming freshman. It takes time for them to develop as players. But we feel that we filled in areas in which we needed. We have a lot of confidence that they will develop into the players that will help us be successful. First part of the season is very difficult for us, and they're going to get thrown right at it and right into the fire basically, and I think they'll respond effectively.
How about the first weekend against Central to tune up a little bit?
Well, it's a great opportunity for our new guys to get an understanding of what the ACHA is all about, the competitive level, and I think it's a great opportunity to get their feet wet. 2 new goalies, we got 8 new players, so I think they'll get a chance to get to know their line mates in a game situation. I just think is it going to be a great tune-up for Lindenwood? I don't know if it will be or not, but I think it's a chance for us to get into a game situation prior to heading down to St. Louis. Well, the end of September, our first road trip takes us to Lindenwood University. 2-time defending national champion, banner raising day on the Friday night. They're going to be excited about that, and we're going to see their best game at that night. They don't want to lose that game. We want to go in there and play our game. Be effective and try to take them off their game. It's going to be a challenge. I mean, anytime you play the defending national champions, you're going to be pumped for the game, but you got to be smart. And we've got a long way to go before that time. We've got all of our systems we need to keep hammering on and make sure we've got them down pat, because if we don't, they'll expose that weakness. Moving on from there, we're down at Liberty University, which has always been a great rivalry. We've been playing them for years, home and home, and on weekends, and going down there is a great trip. They treat you well, great fan support, and no matter where our programs are, we always have a lot of fun playing, and it usually goes down right to the wire, and we've had some overtime games against them as well. After that, the next weekend we go to Ohio University, which has always been a perennial powerhouse in D1. And we played there a few years back. We split with them. I think they're going to remember that for those players that are still part of that program, and and that'll be basically our third long trip in a row, and it's going to fatigue may set in, so we've got to be in condition, and we got to get our rest and nourishment and be ready for that. Next weekend after that, if I'm not mistaken, we're heading to Iowa State, which was in the national championship game last year against Lindenwood. Coach Murdoch has done a great job with that program. They've had that program around for 30, 40 years, a lot of history. He was basically the founding member of the ACHA when they officially started in 91 or 92. Great history out there with their hockey program. He always puts together a very strong program. And it's going to be a tough battle there. They draw well. They're going to be sitting ranked very high in early season rankings, probably no worse than 2 probably. And it's going to be a challenge. And again, we talked about the fatigue factor. Our guys need to be conditioned. We got a great opportunity to position ourselves well at D1 by being mentally prepared and physically prepared for those first 4 weekends on the road. We come back, we got our homecoming. which is against Michigan Dearborn, which will be our banner raising, which will be a fun night. Get a chance for the guys from last year that are no longer playing for us this year to come back and get the rings and see the banner raised. It'll be our third time in a row. We like to continue doing that. It'll be a fun evening, but we got to think. We can't just think about that evening. We got to think about the conference. That's our first conference game in the GLCHL, and we want to get off to a great start there as well. So we can't look at that and look past them. And then basically the last weekend in October, we're going out to Oklahoma. We're going to play Central Oklahoma a couple times, and then University of Oklahoma. We played Oklahoma before. We split with them a few years back. Another place that they just played very good at home, and it's going to be, we're leaving on a Wednesday night. We're going to be traveling umpteen hours. I don't know how many it is, and it's going to be a challenge. So yeah, I think they're very well, and I wouldn't look past Central either. Oklahoma, they're a good program too. I think they were top 10 or 12. So, very tough month. But we'll see how we do. It's going to give us a great idea where we fit in ACHA D1. We look forward to the challenge, and I think it's going to be exciting for the guys. I think they're excited. You want to play the best teams when you get the opportunity. We have that opportunity to play some of the best teams in D1, and we'll do our best to be ready and try to be as competitive as possible.